In this tutorial, we'll take a look at how to construct a stem and leaf plot in SPSS. And notice here we have the variable scores, where we have a total of 37 scores on an exam. Now, to construct a stem and leaf plot, what we want to do is go to Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, and then select Explore. Now, here the Explore dialog box opens, and we want to move Scores over to Dependent List, and then select Plots. Notice under Descriptive, Stem and Leaf is selected. That's good, that's what we want, so we'll leave that enforced. But under Boxplots, we don't actually want a box plot for this example, so let's select None. After that, click Continue, and then followed by OK. The output opens, and in the output we have a case processing summary table, which just tells us that we had all 37 values were valid. And then in descriptives, we get a lot of descriptive information, including the mean, median, variance, standard deviation, and so forth, just to name a few examples. But if we go down here to our last output, table of output here, we have a stem and leaf plot. This is what we want for this tutorial. And notice here in this first column, we have the column labeled frequency, and then after that we have a stem, and then we have a leaf column. And down here it says stem width is 10. So what this means is these are all in the tens place, or they're in tens units. Okay, so this is the tens place, and these leaves are in the ones place. So for example, I have a value that has 10, 1 in the tens place, or 10 plus 2 is 12. This means I have 1, 12 in the data set. I have 1 and 5, or 15 in the data set. I have one value of 18 in my data set. This stem is in the tens place, so we have 20 and a 1, 21. This value is 23. This value is 25. So looking at a few more, we have 32, 34, 36, and then notice here in some places we have two leaves that occur that are the same. So here we have two 53s. There's one, and there's the second one. We have two 85s as another example. And something that's interesting, if you look at this chart and you just drew a line across and traced it, so to speak, and then you flipped it on its side, this would actually be a histogram. So this is one of the advantages of the stem and leaf plot, is that the height here, if you made a bar, corresponds to the frequency. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 values that are in the 50s place. And that's what the frequency tells us, 7. But if you just visually inspect this, you can see quickly what place had the most values. The 80s had the most, followed by the 50s, and then the 40s, and so on. This concludes the tutorial on constructing a stem and leaf plot in SPSS.